Hey there, welcome back to my channel. My name is Moyo and this is my channel Afrohemian, where I share my creative side. Yes, I am back from my trip to Nigeria. It was an amazing time. I loved spending time with family and friends, eating really great, yummy food. I even brought a few things back, and it was beautiful. I enjoyed most of my time there. Yes, there were a few downsides. One, the heat. I'm so glad I made the decision to wear shorter sleeves, and in fact I wore my vest, that's the sleeveless waistcoat, way more than any of the other blouses I took because it was so hot. And I got a bit more confident, wearing my arms out, and it was so freeing, and I'm so excited. It feels like I can make more things now. I'm not just going to be making long sleeves or short sleeves. I can make, different styles, well, a lot more different styles now. But anyways, I digress. I have been a bit on a fabric buying ban for a little while because I have tons of fabric. But as you know, fabric buying and sewing are two very different hobbies. Anyways, going to Nigeria, I knew that I was definitely going to get some fabrics. I love to bring a little bit of my culture with me wherever I am, and I'm a big lover of textiles and different kinds of textiles. But I think you'll see that side of me, as this channel goes on. But anyways, I brought a few fabrics back. I say a few, but when you see the bag, you're like, what's going on here, girl? And I just want to share with you the fabrics that I got. I don't have any plans for these fabrics yet. They're just things that I'm going to add into my stash, and as I have inspiration, I will make something out of them. But my next video is going to be my May sewing plans. So for the rest of April, I'm just taking a break from sewing because sewing the collection was a bit much. So I don't want to get burnt out, so I'm just taking a break for the rest of April. But from next week, I'm going to start sewing again, and I would share the plans I have for May, and I have a few interesting things going on there. So I will share with you in my next video. But for this video, let me share the fabrics I have, or let me share the fabrics that I had brought from Nigeria. Yes. So these are the fabrics I got from Nigeria. I know it seems like a lot and it might be a little bit much, but I love tie and dye and batik. I think I've mentioned in my previous videos the adire, and so I got a few of those. I didn't get any Ankara fabrics this time, but maybe next time I'll get a few. But I really wanted a bit more tie and dye in my collection, so that was what I focused on getting. So let's go through all the fabrics that I got. So I'm going to start with the fabrics that I bought because I have a few gifts and one that I stole. The fabrics that I got from vendors on Instagram from Abeokuta, which is a town in Ogun State, which is known as the capital of adire making, adire fabrics, any type of techniques of tie and dye technique you're looking for, batiks you would find there. It's the official official or unofficial capital. And I wanted to get a variety of the adire fabrics in different colors and different techniques, but I definitely have a few favorites, and you would see that as we go on. So the first one is this one. This is known as crack, and what actually happens with this technique is the fabric is crumbled and the tie and dye is sprinkled on top of it. Anyways, I'm going to talk more about just the fabric and rather than the technique, just so that this video isn't super long, because I can be a bit of a geek, textile geek. So yes, this is the first one I got. I really love the blue and the brown and a little bit of red. Red is one of my favorite colors. I also got this type of technique as well, and I love the blue and the indigo blue and the green color and the yellow color, sorry. So all these are made with 100% cotton fabrics, so it's very comfortable, very breathable as well, and they are all in Nigeria. For fabric measurements, we use inches and yards, so all of these fabrics come in 5 yards. That's how they are sold. So this is all the fabrics I'm showing you here are going to be 5 yards, with the exception of the Ankara fabrics, which come in 6 yard length. So this is 5 yards. The next one I got is another beautiful tie-dye. I love the purple and the blue color. It's a very soft, light, I think it's called like baby blue or robin egg blue, I'm not sure. And purple, I really love this. It's one of my favorite combinations. And if you're someone who's a lover of color, tie-and-dye fabrics from Nigeria are definitely for you, because you would see so many interesting color combinations, you know, with different techniques and different styles. It's really, really beautiful. Green is another really popular tie-and-dye color in Nigeria, so of course I was going to get some. So this is mainly green with some dots of yellow on it. And still continue with the trend, I loved this plum color with the white and this golden yellow color. I think it's going to be so beautiful. And like I said, I don't have any plans for these fabrics yet. I'm just showing you what I got. Next one is the same. It's the same pattern, but this time it's rather than the plum and yellow, it's the plum and the brown, and I think it really looks nice too. And I think actually it's possible to mix both, you know, combine it in an outfit. We'll see how that goes. I'll think about it and see if I can come up with, you know, a nice design that combines both, because I think that would be really great. Next one, same pattern, different colors. So this is yellow, and this is more of like a orange, a burnt orange color, and it's really, really nice as well, really pretty. I'm trying to be careful not to unfold it too much so that I can fold it back, you know, the way the way it came. That way, because it usually comes, you know, really tightly packed. And I like the fresh way it's folded, and it would, you know, it would be easier to store, which is why, that's why I'm not unfolded the full fabric. So sorry about that. Then next, I got a plain plum. For someone who says she doesn't like purple, I tend to have a lot of purple fabrics. But yeah, really, really love this. It's just purple, it's just the plum and the white, no other color mixes, and I think it's really beautiful. The next one, this one is batik. So with these ones, it's tie and dye. So basically you tie the fabric and dye, and the areas that are tied don't absorb the dye. In the case of batik, the resist technique is you use wax to make designs on the fabric, and then you dye, and then afterwards you take the wax off by boiling the fabric or applying heat, or however you want to, but however you want to take the wax off. But the most common way is by boiling the fabric. And yeah, it's really popular right now in Nigeria, like the batik. And I got this one. So really simple, it's not a very complex design. It's just lines and circles, and it's brown and white. It's just, this is a very simple mix. There are a lot more complex styles if you want, but I liked this one, and I thought that it would be really nice in my collection. And who knows, it might make a very nice outfit one day. I have another batik. This one has a bit more complex style, and the way this one is done, rather than drawing with the wax, it's stamped. So you have your molds. Well, you have this, I've forgotten what it's called, but basically you have your designs made on blocks or foam blocks, and then you stamp the wax on the fabric, and then of course you dye, and then the resist thing happens where the places where you have wax doesn't absorb the dye. And so this one is one of those stamped patterns, and I think it's really beautiful. I don't like pink. I'm not a pink girl, but the pink and the blue, there's something about it, because I think it's not very pinky. It's more of a mauve color with the blue, which I think it's a really beautiful combination. Then you have some more tie and dye. This one is actually done on Ankara fabric, which is very interesting, because there are a lot of typically you do it on plain on like a plain white cotton fabric, but this one was actually done on an Ankara fabric. So there is that Ankara pattern in the background with the tie and dye on top, I just thought it was interesting. I don't necessarily like the colors, but I liked the technique was interesting and the fabrics was interesting, so I decided to get that. And then I got, of course, I needed to get something that had red in it. Red is one of my favorite colors. And so this is like a red and yellow. It's really vibrant and it's really beautiful. I can't wait to make something with this one, but I'm going to save it. This one might be in my stash for a long time because I want to find the right style that would go with the fabric. Another tie-dye. This one has a bit more colors than all the other ones, so you've noticed most of them are maximum of 2 colors, and in some cases 3. This one has 3 colors. It's yellow, blue, and a bit of red, so sort of a play on the primary colors but in different tones. And I really like this particular, I think you've noticed that I really like this style of tie and dye as well. I think the most popular ones that or the most common one I got in my collection is this type and also this type. I think they're my favorites. So yeah. So those were the fabrics I got. Now let's move on to the fabrics that I got as gifts and the one that I stole. So my brother said something really funny, that fabric is my love language, and he might be right, but there are other things that are my love language besides fabric. But if you are in doubt, buy me fabric and I'm definitely going to love you for it. And in Nigeria, giving fabric as gifts is very popular. It's practically part of the culture. So if you're having a birthday, you're having a nice occasion, you get a fabric. You could get fabrics as gifts. Most times it's Ankara fabrics that are given as gifts. So my sister-in-law's mom and grandma also gave me some fabrics, and it was so sweet of them. I'll show you the ones from my sister-in-law's mom first. So this is another batik. So this is the stamp technique one, and it's in this green, beautiful green color. So it's just green and white. I really like it, and I thought it was so beautiful. And then she also got me an Ankara fabric. So even though I didn't buy any Ankara fabric, I got a few as gifts. And I love, again, it's this kind of plum purple color. Like I said, purple just has a way of finding itself into my wardrobe. And looking at my house now, there's a lot of purple in my decor as well. But if you ask me what my favorite color or if color is, purple is definitely not going to come up as the first 5. But I guess that I gravitate towards it when it's in a certain kind of tone or if it's mixed with something. Anywho, so yes, I got this Ankara fabric that looks like tie and dye, which is one of the reasons why I love it so much. So it looks like the batik, the one that you draw. So if I hold this up to this, they look really similar, but they are very different. So this is tie and dye. This was handmade, and this is machine made because it's Ankara, so machine printed but handmade. Really sweet. I love the fabric. And her grandmother, so that's my sister-in-law's grandmother, also gave me fabric, and it's Ankara, and this is like a classic Ankara style. It's not one of the modern, so this is more of a modern kind of Ankara fabric in terms of the design, looking like batik, which is really trending in Nigeria right now. But this is more of a classic Ankara. The colors, the primary colors, the design, it's very classic, and I really appreciate it. To be honest, this is not something that I would pick out for myself, and I think that's the reason why it's a bit more special, because it's a gift, and I think the sentiment behind it makes the fabric special for me. So I am going to make something really comfortable with this, that's for sure. Something that I can wear often, and because these fabrics actually last for a very long time, and the older it gets, it has this feeling, and I'm a very nostalgic person, so this speaks very much to my nostalgia, and I'm so happy that I have this in my collection. Now, the fabric I stole. Remember when I said that in Nigeria, giving fabric as gifts is a common thing? It's practically part of the culture. My mom was 60 and she got tons of fabric as gifts. And I found this one. And of course, I had to have it. It's red. And it's in one of the tie and dye patterns that I really love. And I just told her, Mommy, I'm taking this and of course there was nothing that could be said about it, and I really like it. I'm happy to have this. I'm not going to sew it up quickly. This is another one that would spend some time in my stash before I make it up, but yeah, this is the one I stole. Yeah, so those are the fabrics that I got on my trip. I'm really happy to add them to my stash. I'm going to take pictures of them now and document them because I have a system to document my fabrics so that I can keep track of what I have and what I don't have. So yes, I will be taking pictures of these and storing them away, and coming up next really soon would be my video on my May plans, and I look forward to sharing what I'm going to be up to soon. Thank you for watching. If you like my content, please like, share and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.